There goes Eileen. She is starting out a hike on the Tupelo Falls. We're here west of Bend, Oregon. It's Thursday, July 17th. We are about midway between Bend and Mount Bachelor. It's a very popular place here, looks like. People are coming up for parking spaces and having to turn around. We were lucky enough to get a place. So Eileen and I both are going to try to see the Tupelo Falls, me on bike and she hiking. So I'm starting out on the North Fork Trail here. Pretty steep uphill right off the bat. They only want bikes going uphill here. I guess it's too steep to come downhill. Too dangerous for all the hikers too. There's the intrepid hiker. Hello. Had to stop for a little repair.
Oh no, what happened?
Just this hand grip was loose.
Oh, okay.
That's all. See ya. This is Double Falls right here. There's several falls on the Tupelo Creek, so this is Double. I think Eileen will probably make it up here on her hike, maybe even farther. I'm going to try going a circuit route. Here's some more falls. I'm not quite sure what these are called. Just up from Double Falls where I was. It's been a pretty rideable trail so far. So if you watched my last film in Idaho at Osberg's Trail, I was biking a lot. But that was like between 8,000 and 9,600 feet elevation. We're at 5,500 feet here. So it's a little better, but I seem to be handling the uphills a little bit better. Actually, I'm gonna stop here and knock on wood after making that statement. Because you never know what a trail's gonna throw at you. I told Eileen I'd meet her in an hour and a half. Then I had to stop and work on my bar end, which had come loose somehow. Probably spent 10-15 minutes doing that. So I'm probably gonna be running behind a little. My chain broke back there. So it was on a link that I had tried to repair just right before we left on this trip. I have a spare master link, so I decided I'd better put that in there instead of just trying to repair the link that was broken before. I got it in, I got the pins in, but I hadn't spread the links out all the way. I couldn't get my chain tool to do that for me. So I was wrestling with it for a long time. I think I spent 50 minutes altogether. This young woman came by, asked me if I needed some help. I told her the situation. And she looked at it and she said, oh, well, you just get on the bike and ride up the hill and it'll pull that link out to where it belongs. And that's what I did. She was a real trail angel. I think I would still be working on that if she hadn't come by. Okay, I think it's time to take a turn here. I'm gonna let Eileen know where I am. I had given her a satellite message to let her know I was running late. When I was planning this trip, I was just going to stop in Oak Ridge, Oregon for the Lower Alpine Trail there, which is a really high rated trail. Another top 10 in the United States, just like Osberg's Ridge that I did in Idaho. And I looked at our route in the car to get there, and it was going to go right through Bend. And I said, there's no way I can just drive by Bend. All that I've heard about that town, real outdoorsy town. They've got all these trails. Phil's Trails is closer to town. This is in the National Forest, a little farther west. Then you've got Mount Bachelor that you could do a lift assisted ride on. There's a really nice trail, a trail with a really nice vista south of town. Forget the name of that. Be about a 45-minute drive to get down there, I think. Plus Bend has a whitewater park, and well, it's got Pilot Butte right in the middle of town, which you can really see for miles when you get up there. We're hoping to do that later today. When we came in last night, we said it's not going to be worth doing that because there was a really thick layer of smoke. The whole approach coming in from the east on Highway 20, it was really hazy. And then once we got into town, you know, you couldn't even see Pilot Butte up there. But the winds have shifted. This is from a wildfire. So the winds have shifted. They're coming from the northwest, headed to the southeast. So that's clearing it out, at least for now. So we're hoping to get up to Pilot Butte this afternoon.
7.0 miles in 2 hours 48 minutes 39 seconds. Lap time 10 minutes 33 seconds. Average heart rate 98.
I'm on Mrazek, M-R-A-Z-E-K trail now. I think it's kind of a descending trail. Then I hit Farewell, which is a black diamond. So, and it's downhill, I believe, so may have to hang on for that one. So this is Farewell Trail, black diamond. Should be pretty fast, I think, to get me back to the car, back to Eileen. I just sent her a third satellite message. I'm finally getting a bit of a vista here after riding for about 8 miles. So I've got a little bit more of a panorama here. My Peak Finder app is not working, so I'm not quite sure what these peaks are. We're staying here at the Tired Dog Ranch outside Westfir and Oak Ridge, Oregon. Camping here. There's a large meadow for several sites here. Composting toilet. in the corners. But one of the unique features is this kitchen area. It's an open kitchen area. So I'm gonna start some coffee here this morning. Got a fridge, stove, got a microwave, a toaster. Here's the coffee machine. Another nice amenity is the showers back here. There's 4 showers. And we've got a little deer out in the meadow. Right there. Hi, dearie. Eileen is dropping me off once again. We are outside West Fir and Oakridge, Oregon. I'm going to try to do the section of the Lower Alpine Trail this morning. So Eileen's going to drop me off, and we're going to try to communicate over satellite again for a pickup. We'll see how it goes. I'm starting out on this gravel road. Most people get shuttled up to the top and do a ride along the ridge there and downhill. But I like to earn my turn, so I'm trying to bike up. Here's some of the scenery on our way up. I have not had to hike a bike yet. My heart rate's been like in the 110s, kind of in lower 110s, and doing a pretty good pace so far, like 3 miles per hour. So hopefully it will continue like this. I may get some real steep grade, but we'll deal with it when it comes, if that's the case. I've just made about 1,000 feet of ascent so far. Not sure how much I have, because my Gaia GPS seems to be a little off. I think it was saying around 3,000, but I think that may be a little high. I did take that first 1,000 a lot better than I did in Idaho. I think maybe the difference is I'm only like, well, at the moment, like 2,200 feet elevation. And in Idaho, I started at 8,000. Went up to 9,600. So I think maybe the thin air was affecting me there. I've been coming up the 1910 there. I will continue along this way, but I'm at a junction right here with the 683. So I'm planning on doing a lollipop configuration. And so I am planning on coming back down the 683 there. I just passed 2,000 feet of elevation gain at about 2 hours. I have made a turn onto the 1911, which I thought was right about where the Alpine Trail starts. It looks like it's just a little parallel with me right now. And I heard a bike could go through there, I think. But I see it does cross the road. So I'll just plan on getting on it when it crosses the road. Just talk to those 4 guys down there. This is the start of Alpine Trail, I mean off of 1911. They came through from over there. And this is, I think this is the drop-off spot. And of course, if you want to park here, looks like you can do that as well. So I'm going to start my single track here. I've been on Forest Service Road up until now, and I've climbed 2,500 feet so far, and I'm thinking maybe that's about it. Although there may be some ups and downs, so cumulative maybe closer to 3,000 cumulative. But I think you know, from starting elevation to here is 2,500 feet that I climbed so far. That peak out there is Diamond Peak. That's like 8,750 feet. The snow-capped peak, or snow on the side. I don't know if it's too much on the cap. And we are looking about southeast from the Alpine Trail here. Just went a little bit up the trail, and this opened up, so this is looking a little more eastward than what I just showed last time. There's a interesting looking butte right there. Odell Butte, about 7,000 feet. I believe that is Hills Creek Reservoir down that way, and then here's just another angle of the scenery that we've seen so far already. We're at the intersection with Tire Mountain Trail. I've heard that is a really nice trail too. It just didn't go in the direction that I wanted it to. I came from back that way. That's the Alpine Trail, and it continues over here. But this is where I'm going to turn onto the 683 and complete my lollipop back on the Forest Service Road to 1910 and then back down. Well, I'm really picking up some speed now on the Forest Service Road, 1910. Hope my brakes can handle it. Doing like 22.5 miles an hour. I just messaged Eileen and gave her an updated time. Said I'd be there a little bit earlier. Yeah, I think I'm just about out of pad on the rear brakes. But this is my second day in Oregon, and Oregon is my 39th state to mountain bike.